Good morning, world. It's Lisa Neller here with your Monday morning Serenity session. And today I'm calling this anxiety free. And this doesn't mean 100% anxiety free, but I really would love to help the world rid themselves of high anxiety. And I know what anxiety feels like. I got super anxious several weeks ago, couple months ago, I guess, before I had a big surgery. And, I just recognized that I had a lot going on in my mind. I had some fears, I had some thoughts and things. And the only way I was really able to reduce the anxiety was to, number one, talk about it. So I had a couple of good friends that I could really share my thoughts with and my anxiety at the time, and that was very helpful. And then the other thing is to I just got into my breathing, my body, going for a walk, doing some yoga, that kind of thing. Back in the day, and when I say back in the day, I mean back in my day, in the late 60s and early 70s, we were so active physically that we didn't have time to be anxious. There were big things going on in the world. There was the Cuban Missile Crisis. There was the Vietnam War. There were all kinds of tragedies and horrible things going on in the world. But we weren't like so focused on it with the media. We weren't bombarded in those days the way we are today with social media and the news and all of that. So that's one of the reasons that era, or those decades, people that grew up in my decades, we don't have the same level of anxiety. Now, one of the things that has kept me free from anxiety over the last, let's say, 20 years is my yoga practice. And the reason I love yoga so much is because it's not just physical, it is definitely psycho-spiritual. And there's so much beauty in the study of yoga and the practice of yoga. And there is that physical component that has always made me feel younger because it has challenged me to do some difficult things physically. And then it has challenged me to expand my mind and also my heart. So today, what I really want to do is just give you some ideas for movement so that you can maybe practice this at a later time. Maybe you could practice along with me now if you want to, if you've got the time. If you're watching the replay, you can certainly use what I'm going to share here. And so I'm just going to guide you through maybe, 10, 15 minutes of some movement and encourage you to move more, watch less, listen less to what's going on in the outside world. That doesn't mean don't be informed. It just means cut the outside world away for a while, like let it go for a while and then come back to it if you need to, right? So I don't watch the news very much. I know what I need to know, but I do not focus on media in that way. And then I have these practices like my yoga. And I'm just going to mention before I get on my mat here that I do use journaling too as a way to de-stress and reduce anxiety. And I'm having a journaling jam session online on Zoom that's open to anyone, and it's free. And that's October 9th. And I will put that link below the video. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to take a seat on my mat. I'm going to sit on a couple of blocks and just guide you through a few movements to start your day. All right, here we go. Anxiety free. So I'm sitting on 2 blocks actually. Normally I sit on 1, but guess what? I'm recovering from a surgery and I'm taking it slower and using more props and that kind of thing. I know it's very bright in the background, so I think you could still see them. And I'm actually, I'm going to turn this camera down a little bit so that you can see a little bit better. There we go. All right, so I'm sitting on these 2 blocks, and there's this pose in yoga called easy pose where you just put one foot in front of the other. You could sit cross-legged if you want to. Actually, this is a little high for me, but that's okay. I like to press down on the upper thighs right near the hip flexors, because I'm feeling very tight there. So I like to press down and just kind of notice, and maybe press down through the upper thighs. And we hold a lot of tension in the quads here. So I just like to take a moment and kind of assess where I'm at. And then I would invite you, instead of, we're not going to do a whole mind, body, spirit thing right now. It's going to be more physical, but I'd like you to lift your shoulders up like this. Take a big breath in, and then exhale it out. And repeat. Inhale the shoulders up. And exhale. Let it go. And again, inhale up. And exhale. Good. Then take your head over to whatever side you want, right or left. So as I'm looking at the video camera, I'm leaning to my left, but it looks like I'm going to my right. So wherever you're at is fine. And then you're just going to make some slow circles with the head so you can feel where there might be tightness in the neck. And you can go around like 2 times on the one side. And then we'll go to the other side. One more time around on this side. Notice the tightness, because if you do feel tight on one side, there's a reason for that. And then you might get checked by a chiropractor or someone or a massage therapist who can really dig in there. Like, I'm feeling this tightness in the right side of my neck. This is very typical for me. Probably it's coming from alignment in the shoulders and the back. It's not usually a neck problem. It's coming from somewhere else. Anyway, to further stretch the neck, you could take one hand on the side of your head. As you take the head over, then you let the shoulder drop a little bit. So you feel nice stretch in here, and then do the other side, like that. And then just kind of a few up and down motions with the arms. Inhale, lift the arms up nice and high, and then exhale, lower them down. Repeat, inhale up, and exhale down. And one more time, inhale up, exhale down, and now interlace the fingers in front of your body and press the hands out and round your back a little bit. And then just notice, sometimes you feel a tightness in your knuckles, your fingers, your wrists, your arms, and lift up. And then really root down through the sit bones and reach up towards the sky with the palms of your hands. And release, shake it out. Shake it out. All right, then we're gonna just come into a squat. So a seated squat, so the feet are about hips width apart, but the knees are gonna come wider. And we're gonna take the elbows and press the elbows into the upper thighs, bring the hands together, and just feel that. Now take a breath. Where do you feel freedom, and where do you feel restriction? Dropping out of your head and into your body is the best, fastest way. Well, actually the breath first, fastest way to get out of anxiety. All right, so we're in this squat position here. This feels nice and comfortable to me because I'm sitting on these blocks, but I'm gonna remove the blocks and we're gonna do some standing, we're gonna do some squats to standing. And I usually like to do about 10 of them, but for time's sake today, I'm only gonna do 5. All right, so I'm gonna come forward and remove my blocks because I don't need them for this. And then we're just gonna take the feet a little closer together and squat. This is good to warm up the leg muscles, which are the largest muscles in your body. And then fold and straighten your feet out. And squat. Inhale when you do this. Inhale, squat. Exhale, fold. So that's 2. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. This is 4. exhale, inhale, exhale. Then stay in the forward fold, keeping your feet parallel, and grab your elbows and hang and swing a little bit from side to side. Again, notice where you're feeling tight and where you might have some freedom. Then we're going to bend your knees, take your hands at your hips, lift your shoulders up and back, and press down through the feet and rise up. Okay, a little stretch, side stretch. So I'm gonna grab hold of my left wrist with the right hand and take a bend over to the side. You can feel the side body opening up really nicely and stretching and releasing fascia, just bringing some life back into the body. Inhale, come up, exhale, do the other side. Inhale, come up, and now what we're gonna do is stretch the back side. So instead of coming to the side, we're gonna come forward into the side. So as you pull the wrist away from you with your hand, pull the shoulder in towards your body and then draw the ribs in. So you should feel a really nice stretch in the back side. And inhale, come up. Exhale, release. Let's do the other side. Grab hold of the wrist, and then we're gonna go forward to the side, and pulling the wrist with the hand, you're gonna pull the shoulder back. That protects your shoulder, and then you're gonna pull the ribs in so you feel that nice stretch on the back side of your body. Inhale, come up. Exhale, and then just roll the shoulders a little bit, and then like shake out the anxiety, anything that's left, your cup of coffee that you had that had caffeine in it this morning. All right, and then I'm gonna guide you through this little flow where we're gonna do forward folding and backward bending. So a series of these, and again, I would probably do 10 of these, but for time this morning, I'm just gonna do 5. You see my fingers, 5? All right, so you start with the hands in front of the heart, and as you inhale, you lift up, and you back bend. But not like this. You keep the thighs back, lift the shoulders up, and just a little back bend. Okay, keep the belly in, and then as you exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up, and then take your back bend again. That's 1. And 2, we come down, we inhale halfway, we exhale, fold, and pressing down through the feet, we come up and back bend. And 3, now if you can't touch the floor, it's okay, bend your knees. Inhale, come up halfway, pull the shoulders back, squeeze the shoulder blades. Exhale, fold back down. This time, shake your head a little bit. Release any remaining tension here. And then pressing down through the feet, rise up. Take your little back bend. And exhale, 4 all the way down. Inhale, halfway up. Squeeze those shoulder blades, keep the belly in. Exhale, fold. Pressing down through your feet, rise to standing, and another little back bend. And number 5, we're gonna come all the way down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Press down through the feet, rise up. And there's your back bend. And then hands to the heart. And one fun thing I like to do is to really open the heart with another little back bend, so feet are hip distance apart. We call this cactus arms. Here in the Southwest, we got a lot of cacti. And so we call these cactus arms. So we press down through the feet and lengthen the shoulders up, keeping the belly in and the tailbone down. We open up the heart like this. And that just feels really good. And then we're gonna take the hands at the heart, and again, shake it out. I hope you're losing the anxiety now. All right, and just a little balance. Lift up one leg, maybe kick it out a little bit, and then lift the other leg. So especially balancing poses, like they really make you focus and concentrate. You're in your body, you're out of your head, and they're really great. So that's it for movement. There's so much more I could do, right? I could just go on for an hour. But I do recommend doing something more regularly. So there's Insight Timer, which is a meditation app. You could do free yoga there and experiment. Also, they have a lot of free meditation classes. And I happen to be doing a talk on Insight Timer this Wednesday on Life by Design. And I will be teaching more yoga on Insight Timer in the weeks to come. And getting out for walks, walking in nature, that kind of thing. Stay away from the news as much as you can. Talk things out, write things down. This is how we learn to live with less anxiety, lots more freedom in the brain when we get into our bodies and out of our heads. So thank you for watching. I hope you have a fabulous week and a fabulous Monday, and we'll see you next time.